Hey guys, Diana here, founder and creator of strategicfinances.net, helping women entrepreneurs create more cash flow and implement better financial strategies. So, today I want to talk about the problem with limited income and why you need more than one source of income. And you know that this is true because you've probably been struggling for years when it comes to getting ahead financially or reaching your financial goals, whether that's to improve your credit, achieve your savings goals, achieve your investing goals, whatever it is, as far as your finances are concerned. And I want to address three things in this video that you may not realize that's hindering your finances, okay? Some things you may realize, some things you might not realize, but I'm going to break down these three hindrances or challenges when it comes to getting ahead financially, okay? When it comes to life and money. Oh my gosh, because your money impacts your life, has a huge impact on your life, okay? So let's get right into it, okay? So, there's financial principles that you need to learn, okay? There's these things that just is, okay? There are things that just are, and you need to understand, okay? But in this video, I'm not going to talk about, I'm not going to talk about solutions. I'm only going to address these issues, okay? So that you can become aware. And so you're like, okay, so that's why. Or, oh, wow, I didn't realize that is happening, or I can control this, or I can change this. You know what I mean? I want to give you, I want to point these things out so you kind of know what's going on. So, okay. So, number one, okay, we have inflation, okay? So, I didn't know what that was a few years ago, but I knew what it was, right? I didn't know what it was, but I definitely realized what it was once I learned what it was. And what inflation is, it's just the cost of living going up. You know, the cost of living goes up. For instance, maybe for me it was like maybe like 10 years ago, right? I could fill up my tank, the tank in my car, the Buick that I used to have. I could fill it up, right? I don't know, for like $10-15. But a few years ago, it would take like $20, almost $30. It was like double. It would take to fill up the tank in my car with gas, okay? Another example is maybe like gas prices go up. That's the same example. This is a different. Let me listen. So, gas prices go up, right? So what happens? Not only are you affected, like I just explained, but also, so the trucking companies, they have to like add a surcharge, right? They have to add a surcharge because gas prices went up. And so that it's a chain reaction, it's a chain effect. So then, eventually the grocery stores have to increase their prices, right? And who doesn't benefit from that, right? So the business owners, they just increase their prices, they have to, right? But the person who drives the truck and works for the trucking company, they may not get a raise, most likely won't get a raise. Also, the employee at the grocery store most likely will not get a raise because the prices have gone up. So that's inflation, but then I kind of threw in also the fact that your income, right? If you have that one source of income, and let's say you're tapped out, like let's say you're a nurse and you're going to make around $50,000 a year. Well, you may be a nurse for 20, 30, 50 years, but your income was going to stay the same. But because of inflation, you're actually making less and less money each year, right? So this is why you This is the problem with limited income, why you want to have more than one stream of income, okay? That's inflation. Now let's move on. Let's move on and talk about taxes. Now, the number two challenge that we have is taxes. Now, you may think you can't do anything about taxes, but that's not the case, okay? If you go to the irs.gov website and you do a little research, you'll see that the IRS says that, if you get a refund, you are overpaying in taxes. And most people are employees, and most of those employees overpay in taxes. It's just the way that it is. So you can actually control that. But taxes takes up like a third of your income, right? Taxes take a third, right off the top, because taxes come out automatically from your paycheck every single time that you get paid, okay? So you may feel like you don't have any control, but you do. If you're getting a refund, you're overpaying. So I may link a video below this video to show you how you can properly fill out your W-4, okay? So that you're not overpaying. Now, if you're happy with what you're doing, fine. But if you're not, and you want to get your money throughout the year so that you can do what you need to do to achieve your financial goals, click the link below this video and I'll show you another video that I did, okay? So you can control that. That's all I'm going to say on that. And the third challenge that we have when it comes to our finances is debt, okay? Now, I'm not talking about, now we can go, I think the average credit card debt is like $6,000. But let's just focus on the common debts that people get into. And it's attached to their lifestyle. It's like basics. It's like, okay, so, you graduate from high school and you go to college. Well, you got to pay for that college education. And a lot of people go into debt to go to college. So that's student loan debt. And so you have that to pay once you get out of college, but we're living life, right? We're living life. So, you get married, right? And you want to buy a house. So then, first you have the student loan debt that you have to pay. You got to pay interest on that. And then you have the mortgage, right? Because you wanted a home, right? You and your partner wanted a home, so now you're paying interest on that. And then you got to fill your home with furniture and things, right? And that you put on a credit card or whatnot, or you finance, okay? And you're paying interest on that. So let's just say you're making I think the average income, it was like $50,000. I think it's went up. I don't know. Let's just say $50,000, for example. You're earning, let's just use that nurse that I referenced toward the beginning of this video. The nurse, she's making $50,000. Let's say she's a nurse for 50 years. Her income, that's her only income. But, she did that. She graduated. She has student loan debt, so she's paying that. And she gets married. So let's just say that $50,000, and then you subtract, the taxes that she has to pay. So let's just say she's break that $50,000 down. So per month, she's getting about, I don't know, less than $5,000 a month. But for this example, we'll say $5,000 a month. And so after taxes, she's bringing home about $3,400 a month. Now subtract a mortgage. Let's just say it's about $1,200 a month. And then you subtract what she has to pay for her furniture bill and her student loan payments. And maybe a car note, right? Let's not forget about the car note. And maybe some credit card. And then you have your regular bills and living expenses. So you could see how in that example, and most people, why they struggle financially and they can't get ahead. So it's those three things. So that's pretty much it. Just to recap, you have inflation, which you can see it. When you look at gas prices and food prices and the cost of living going up, right? And if you have that one income, and like I said, even if you get a raise, so I use an example of someone who doesn't get a raise, but even if you get a raise, you're still making less. You're still not getting ahead because of inflation, okay? And then you have Number two, you got taxes, right? Which come right off the top. A third of your income goes to taxes, and then third, debt, right? I just mentioned things, just the common debts that people have just to live their life, right? And this is why you cannot get ahead financially, okay? So I'm going to talk solutions in another video. So what I need you to do is subscribe to this channel, because like I said, I love to help women entrepreneurs create more cash flow and implement better financial strategies. So that's what I talk about on this channel. Subscribe if you're interested in that. And if you want to learn solutions, right? You've got to learn how to get ahead, outpace inflation and taxes. And there is a way that you can do it. So subscribe to this channel. Definitely click the link below if you want to access my free 8-step game plan to increase your cash flow this year, okay, 2021. And I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.